Billy Bunny and Mrs. Quail. Get up, you lazy folks, I'm shining in the sky. Awake, awake, your breakfast take, before the noon is nigh. No time for lazy folks, I think, so don't lie still and blink, but jump up with a laugh and a smile, and sing a little all the while. So up jumped Billy Bunny from his bed of leaves where he had slept all night, as I told you in the last story, and after he had combed his fur with a little chip and dusted off his knapsack, he opened it and took out his breakfast. And what do you suppose he had? Well, first he ate some nice fresh lettuce leaves, with powdered sugar carrots, and then a piece of apple pie. And when kind Mrs. Quail saw what a nice breakfast he had, she said, "I like pie, Mr. William Bunny." Now the reason the little rabbit hadn't offered her some was because he hadn't seen her. You see, she had gone to sleep on the other side of the bush. "Here is some pie," said Billy Bunny, and he gave her a big piece, and some cracker crumbs, and some birdseed, and then a drink of lemon soda. Pretty soon Mrs. Quail didn't feel a bit hungry, and neither did the little rabbit. And after that he buckled on his knapsack and started off to find his dear Uncle Lucky. But first he thanked Mrs. Quail for her kindness in letting him sleep under her bush all night and part of the early morning. Well, sir, that little rabbit hopped along almost all day, and still he didn't reach his Uncle Lucky's house. "I wonder if I have lost the way," he said aloud, and all of a sudden a voice answered him. "I guess you have. Lots of people do." And a kind-looking old mooly cow pushed her head over the fence and smiled at him. And oh my, she had a big, beautiful smile, and this made the little rabbit laugh and forget how tired he was. "Do you know where my Uncle Lucky lives, Mr. Lucky Left Hindfoot?" he asked. "To be sure," replied the mooly cow. "He lives over yonder." And she pointed across the meadow. "Hop under the fence, little rabbit, then hop across the meadow over the daisies and buttercups, and you'll find the place, never fear." So the little rabbit did as she told him, and when he came to the fence on the other side, he saw his uncle's house not very far away. But oh dear me, the fence was not at all like the fence on the other side. There wasn't any room between the woven wires to crawl through, and so Billy Bunny didn't know what to do. But he didn't have to wonder very long. No siree, ma'am. He started right in to dig a tunnel under that wire fence, and pretty soon he was on the other side, hopping away toward Uncle Lucky's house. And in about 500½ hops, skips, and jumps, he came to the front gate. And there on the porch sat the kind old gentleman rabbit, with the big diamond pin which his nephew had given him, shining like a star in his red tie. And in tomorrow's story, I'll tell you what a good time the little rabbit had at his uncle's house.